Okay. So after about a 3-year hiatus of being at the live events and listening to the weekly CDs, I've come up with 2 things. I keep opening this CD and thinking, my question is going to be in this CD. It's in all the CDs, but I can't quite get some of these things. My first question has to do with the evolution of the questions that have been discussed. At first there was a lot of, what about child molestation? What about the Holocaust? How this law of attraction doesn't work here or there? And that seems to have dropped away.
You know why? We never give a satisfying answer.
You never give a satisfying answer?
Not to those questions. In other words, we never tell anybody what they really want to hear. In other words, we say you create your own reality.
Right.
Period. And then they say, but what about bad things happening to other people? And we say, they create their own reality.
Right.
And then they say, but why would anybody create something they don't want to create? And we say, because they don't know what they're doing.
Right.
They're offering vibrations that they're not paying attention to.
I think people eventually got that, even though it didn't seem, logical at first. But then now the questions seem to be, I've got all these great things in my life, because people have come to realize how much of their life really is great. But everybody has a big but. And my question is about everybody's big but. The but is really what brings the life through us, is what we're living for.
It's part of the contrast that launches the rocket. But would you say that those buts, in the way that you mean those buts, are usually forking off in the wrong direction?
Right, that's what I'm trying to get a sense of. In other words, we need a butt to draw the life through us. Is the goal here to make our butts smaller?
Yes.
So we go from
We've finally gone mainstream.
We go from
how to get rid of your big butt,
right,
while you're forking off in the right direction. We're ready for television.
Right. So if we can apply things ongoingly, we'll just have little preferences that will come up that will flow through, and then another preference will come up and will flow through that one.
Well, now here's the thing. The stronger the contrast, or the bigger the but, the stronger the rocket is born, and the more discord between where I am and where I want to be. So the more work it takes to come back into alignment. But the advantage of that is, when I do come into alignment, I've gone very far. The smaller contrasting experiences, which there's not so much separation between where I am and where I want to be, don't launch such big rockets, but it is easier to come into alignment. So you get to choose that. We see some of you who actually feel a little bored about things not being so exciting. Some of you like more drama and trauma. There are people almost every seminar who sit in the chair and talk about some terrible thing that happened to them, a bicycle accident or a car accident or a bankruptcy or a tragic something or other that they have overcome, and the people in the audience like those stories best. You almost want to go mess up your life so you can clean it up, so you can write a book that people will applaud your success, you see. And we are not critical of that at all. In other words, you get to do whatever it is that you do. We're just pointing out that everything that you're living in any moment is about the vibrational relationship between where you want to be and where you are. And if you really, really want something, because you've lived great contrast, so you really, 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 really want something, and you're nowhere near it, then you're going to feel miserable right now. If you sort of want something and you're nowhere near it, then you don't feel so miserable. But if you really, really want something and you're really, really in alignment with it, then your life is full of passion and vigor and vitality. But if you really, really want something and you're really, really, really out of alignment with it, then you're living quite a bit of chaos. Jerry and Esther have noticed that when they get the energy ratcheted up to the degree that it is in their lives, if they don't stay up to speed with it, they take it pretty hard. In other words, it's like going 100 miles an hour. You pay more attention to driving your vehicle than if you're going 5 miles an hour. It takes more attention to maintain the energy.
But you can tell from the feel. That feeling of things are not right comes right up.
There's no right or wrong in how much contrast you endure.
Yeah, I guess that's what I was asking. In other words, is the joy in life going to only really magnify as the contrast gets smaller and smaller? But it's not really, is it?
Say it again.
I guess I'm talking about the kind of balance between maybe the huge contrast you might feel in a really unpleasant circumstance, and it almost feels like in some ways I've been thinking I want to move towards a life where there's just little things that I keep sliding.
All right, now let's talk about it in light of this. You get this sense of, in the moment, there's a fork in the road, and I'm choosing right now to move in one direction or another. So feel the difference between bigger contrast, which causes a stronger desire, or smaller contrast that just causes me to just eventually move in the direction of what I'm wanting. And in either case, you can get there. There is a sort of exhilaration about being really, really disconnected and then getting reconnected. Jerry and Esther have had experiences, usually with their monster bus in one way or another, where something seems to be going so wrong, and when it's rectified, they think they feel better than if it hadn't happened to begin with. And the reason that that is true is because the experience caused desires to be born that then they had to get up to speed with. So you could say, it is accurate, I'm always better off moving myself into new desire and finding fulfillment in it. Let's say it in another way. Contrast is a good thing always, because contrast always gives birth to more. Contrast is the stuff that puts eternalness in eternity, because without contrast there could be no new desires, and without new desires there would not be source energy coming into vibrational alignment with the new desire. In other words, motion forward and contrast are parts of the same process. Contrast is always a good thing. So then the question for me personally, as I'm interacting within contrast, is how much contrast am I willing to experience in my motion forward? And another way of saying that is, how much negative emotion am I willing to endure before I get myself back on my path? So if I endure more negative emotion, I'll shoot a stronger rocket. And when I bring myself up to speed with that stronger rocket, I will feel more exhilaration of having been in the depths of despair and coming up to it. And so, contrasting wise, I'll feel my hands more in the clay. But the question that we want to put to you is, if you are ending up in the place that you want to be, what difference does it make whether you went fast or slow? Or what difference does it make whether it was really painful before it got really good, or whether it was sort of painful, sort of good, sort of painful, sort of good, sort of painful, sort of good, sort of painful, sort of good? Isn't that what the point of free will is? You all get to choose. Jerry watches the football players on the football field and is astonished at their willingness to endure punishment, physical punishment. He just can't imagine having a desire so substantial that sort of punishment would be part of the process. He does not get that, you see.
Yeah.
And yet plenty of people do.
Right. I kind of promised I wouldn't ask this question, but I'm going to anyhow.
Who did you promise?
This is it. I've mentioned to people and they said, oh, don't. But this is a quick one. Why do dogs risk getting bugs in their eyes, sticking their heads out of car windows?
Well, tell your friends that you have asked the most profound question that has ever been asked. And you have given us an opportunity to give the answer that we have been waiting a very long time to give. And that is because the contrast of the bugs in the eye is a small price to pay for the exhilaration of that ride. And it is exactly the same way you felt when you made the decision to come into this physical existence. It's exactly the way you felt when you knew there would be contrast and you said, the ride is going to be worth it. You are the creator of your own reality because you are the chooser of the thought right now. Don't be hard on yourself if you're standing in a place where you've been chopped off at the knees, where you've been hit in the gut, where you're feeling awful. Don't feel bad. Don't beat up on yourself for not being able to choose the best thought you've ever thought. Just choose the best thought you can find from where you are. In other words, just fork off gently in the direction of what is important to you. And before you know it, your path will get brighter and sweeter and brighter and sweeter, and the people who watch you will say, you know, you amaze me. Things go well everywhere you go. Why is that so? And you say, I've come to expect it. And many of them will say, They don't want to hear how you expect things to go well. They'll say, oh, that's because you're rich. Oh, that's because you have an entourage that travels with you. We promise you, no entourage can buck your current. There is no one in the world that can prepare your path for you but you. You're the only one who can prepare your path for you, you see. You are all as rich as everyone else because you all have the resources of the universe at your fingertips. And when you take the time, when you care enough to take the time to find the better feeling thought, now you're moving towards something that will please you. Every step you take, you are marching toward a manifestation. And if you feel good while you're stepping, you're marching toward things that are going to delight you when they get there. And if you're ornery, if you're unhappy, if you are frustrated, if you are blameful, if you are angry, if you are hateful, if you are revengeful, if you are fearful, if you are depressed, you are marching toward things that are going to augment that feeling of depression, of anger, of frustration. In other words, the way you feel must net you more stuff that feels like the way you feel. The better it gets, 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 the worse 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 it gets. You cannot defy the laws of the universe. Please give it up. Stop trying to use your words and your action for the stuff that attitude and mood and vibration are to do. In other words, mold yourself into place. As Jerry and Esther come to a place like this, there is a lot of planning that goes into place months in advance. A lot of reservations are made, and a lot of phone calls are made, and a lot of faxes are sent back and forth. A lot of energy is expended in order to make sure that things go right. And we say, all of that action is nice, and it may even be necessary in this world in which you are living, but why not make the same vibrational preparation for everything that is important to you? In other words, send vibrational faxes, send vibrational telephone calls, send vibrational expectations. In other words, do the vibrational work before you do the action work, and the action work will be a fraction of what it has been before. If you take the time to do the vibrational work first, you won't have to offer nearly as much action. You'll begin to discover that the things that are important for you just unfold for you because the universe is at your fingertips. The fairies of the universe are there for you. You are the center of an enormous entourage that means to please you. And when you, through your magnificent deciphering of contrast, give birth to a rocket of desire, that rocket of desire is duly noted, understood, and absolutely agreed with by all of the resources of the universe, and now all you've got to do is to get into vibrational compliance with what you are asking for. Isn't that nice to know? We are eager to talk with you about anything that is important to you. We'll talk about the emotional scale. We'll reactivate your vibrations within you. We will assist you in finding a better feeling place. We will help you with step 3 of the creative process, which is coming into vibrational alignment with what you're asking for. Step 1, you don't have to worry about. Contrast makes you take that step. Contrast causes you to desire or focus or prefer. Step 2, not your work anyway. Source and all of the resources of Source answer your request. That's that vibrational alignment. That's that one point of vibrational relativity that happens instantaneously. So your only work is step 3. And step 3 is, can I find a thought right now that feels a little better than the thought I've been thinking? That's all step 3 is. Finding a thought that causes me to feel a vibration or a feeling of relief. So there is allowing of what I want or disallowing of what I want. There is allowing of what I want or resisting what I want. You are practicing the art of allowing or the art of resisting. When you're forking off toward things you want, you're practicing the art of allowing. When you're forking off to things you don't want, you're practicing the art of resistance. And every day and every moment of your life experience is a perfect reflection of how you've been forking. Good. You have some things you want to talk about? What brings you here? Specifics? Generalities? You want to take thought beyond that which it has been before? When you arrived, you were full of questions that we've just answered. And so let's all go to the beach. You were full of questions that we've just answered, and now you're a little shy about talking about the nitty-gritty because all the things you planned on saying, are forking you off in the wrong direction. And often you're a little tongue-tied about going in the direction of your desire because you haven't been practicing those scenarios so much. It's easy to justify where you stand and explain why things aren't going well, but it takes a little bit of effort, doesn't it, to reach in the other direction. Begin right here. Yes.